The official teaser trailer for the Gilded Age Season 3 is finally here. After months of intense speculation, we now have the definitive release date. But hold on to your hats because this season promises to bring more than just jaw-dropping drama. It will leave us reeling with shocking twists we never saw coming. So let's break down the trailer and discuss what's in store for us and when we can expect the season to unfold. I'm not gonna lie, I'm both scared and thrilled to dive into this. The trailer drops a bombshell right away. I heard the word divorce, and I saw Marion and Larry passionately kissing in a carriage. Bridgerton vibes, anyone? The tension between these characters is off the charts, but I also have a feeling that what we're seeing is just the tip of the iceberg. Anyway, let's break it all down, shall we? The trailer opens with a dramatic shot in Newport, where a woman dressed head to toe in white walks alongside a man. But here's the twist. It isn't just any couple. The couple we're introduced to is none other than Marion and Larry Gladys. And the Duke. Yes, the Duke. This encounter is anything but innocent. Is this love at first sight? Or is something far more sinister at play? We can only guess, but one thing is for sure. This season is going to be full of unexpected alliances and dangerous games. Then we get a scene with Bertha, standing tall and stern as she lectures her children on how important marriage is for a well-ordered life. Classic Bertha. But here's the kicker. While her children are all looking uncomfortable, we can already see the storm brewing. You see, Bertha has a plan, and it's going to tear the family apart. She's determined to see Gladys married to the Duke, but Gladys has other ideas. She's already deeply in love with Billy Carlton, a man her mother refuses to even acknowledge. Meanwhile, Larry is hell-bent on being with Marion, but will Bertha let them have their happily ever after? I don't think so. Bertha will stop at nothing to make sure her family follows her plan, even if it means risking everything. Then, we're treated to an elegant but tense scene where Bertha wears a stunning black and white dress while conversing with George. The chemistry between these two is palpable, but so is the animosity. We know that Bertha and George will clash this season, especially over Gladys's situation. But what we didn't expect was the massive betrayal that will come between them. We've seen George as a loving husband, but this time he's questioning Bertha's methods. He doesn't want to force his daughter into a loveless marriage, but will his stance on this put his own life in jeopardy? As the trailer continues, it becomes clear that Gladys is being treated like a pawn in a much bigger game. She's being forced into a situation she doesn't want, and it's obvious that she feels trapped. But here's where it gets crazy. There's no way that wedding is happening. Trust me, we've got something huge on the horizon. I'm talking about a twist no one will see coming. Stay tuned for that one. Next, we see a shot of George in what looks like a rundown bar. From the season's synopsis, we know that George is heading west on business. But what we didn't know is that this business venture is going to put him at odds with some very dangerous people. George will disappear for a while, leaving Bertha to her own devices in New York. But here's where it gets twisted. While George is out of the picture, Bertha will have the perfect opportunity to manipulate everyone around her, creating alliances with unexpected people. And the further she goes down this path, the darker her choices will become. An intense scene occurs in the Van Ryn household, where everyone gathers to listen to a woman. Since Ada is still wearing black, we can assume she's still mourning. But what's this? At first I thought this might be a suffragette meeting, especially with Agnes being a suffragette this season. But here's the shocker. It looks like they're listening to a medium. Enter Madame Dashkova, played by Andrea Martin. She claims to commune with the dead, and she might just be telling some chilling truths that no one is prepared to hear. But here's the twist. What if this medium isn't who she says she is? What if she's using her powers to manipulate the Van Ryn family? Ada's smile may be one of hope, but I sense something darker lurking behind those eyes. Agnes is clearly skeptical, and she's right to be. And then there's Jack, who's stepping up this season with his clock venture. It's exciting to see him branch out into business, and Larry is right there supporting him. But don't be fooled by the glitzy new business venture. There's a dark secret behind Jack's sudden success. He's being manipulated by someone in the shadows, and his success might come at a dangerous cost. Meanwhile, the Russell mansion is now filled with white roses. That can only mean one thing, a wedding. But here's the TW. Business is thriving, but not without its tension. In the latest trailer, we see Bertha and George in a heated argument. George storms off, and Bertha watches him with a look that could cut through glass. Is she angry? Is she terrified? Her expression is a complex mix of emotions, and it leaves us wondering what's really going on beneath the surface. The question lingers. Is this the breaking point for their marriage? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. My theory: divorce will be a constant threat between Bertha and George throughout this season, keeping us on edge and uncertain about their future. But here's the twist. I don't think it's going to happen. Not yet, anyway. The truth is, while divorce looms over them like a shadow, something far more unexpected is brewing. If you've been watching carefully, you've probably noticed the subtle clues hinting at a deeper, darker plot unfolding in the Russell household. Take, for example, this shot of Gladys breaking away from her pearls. It's a symbolic moment, a rejection of the plan Bertha has so carefully laid out for her daughter. Gladys, the ever-loyal pawn, is finally breaking free from her mother's tight grip, and the act of discarding the pearls represents her refusal to become a mere object in Bertha's calculated game. But here's the twist. Gladys is planning to do more than just escape her mother's control. She's about to make a shocking choice that will not only disrupt the wedding, but could change the course of the entire season. But what exactly is she planning? A betrayal? A drastic move that no one saw coming? You'll have to keep watching to find out. In the trailer, we also get a glimpse of a first-look image, a church scene where everyone is stunned, especially Bertha. The bride is leaving the groom at the altar. But here's the shocker. It's not just any bride, and it's not just any groom. The wedding we thought was supposed to solidify the Russell family's position in high society could come crashing down in one explosive moment. Why is the bride leaving? And more importantly, what does this mean for the Russell family's future? If this wedding doesn't happen, will it tear apart everything Bertha has worked so hard for? Or will it provide the catalyst for healing within the family? Either way, things will never be the same again. If the wedding falls apart, I believe it's the first step toward a much bigger shift in the Russell household. The cracks in Bertha and George's marriage, the fractures in their carefully constructed empire, these things will begin to unravel, but not in the way we expect. George and Bertha will have to confront some shocking truths about their relationship. Could this be the beginning of the end, or a new chapter? Let me know your theories in the comments below. I can't wait to see what you all think. Then there's another mystery in the trailer that has everyone talking. Agnes, always poised and composed, walks into what seems to be a bustling cafe. But this isn't just any cafe. It's the scene of a secret meeting that no one saw coming. In the very next moment, we're hit with an angry shot of Mrs. Astor. She's fuming, and whatever has triggered her rage could change everything for the Van Rins. We know this season will explore Mrs. Astor's complicated relationship with her older daughter, but here's the real twist. Mrs. Astor's fury isn't just about her daughter. It's about something far bigger, something that threatens to expose the dark underbelly of high society. I won't give too much away, but trust me when I say that Mrs. Astor will be one of the season's most unpredictable players. And then, we see a glimpse of George standing in a darkened room, looking furious. Is he angry because of something he read in the newspaper? Or did his argument with Bertha escalate to a point of no return? The season synopsis tells us that George will risk his entire fortune this year. But what the trailer doesn't reveal is how this risk will tie into an explosive chain of events. George's decisions will set in motion a series of confrontations that could destroy everything he's built. Could the Russells lose their fortune? Will George's reckless choices cost him more than he bargained for? One thing's for sure, nothing is as it seems. The trailer builds to a dramatic crescendo, with a scene that perfectly captures the essence of the Gilded Age. Agnes delivers a line that will leave you breathless. Really? That's so unlike her. And her face, the way she reacts, is worth 1,000 words. It's a moment so loaded with meaning that it could change everything. This is a family built on power, wealth, and secrets, and it's clear that every choice they make this season has far-reaching consequences. And then we get the shocking reveal. The release date is June 22nd, I can't believe we're finally this close to the premiere. But here's the twist. I reviewed the final episode of Season 2 back in December 2023, and HBO sent a